Hey, yo, it's four young kings just sitting and chilling because we rather count money instead of your opinions. Hey, don't forget to follow us on the platforms. Instagram, your opinion on count underscore YODC. Twitter at Y underscore ODC. Facebook and YouTube is opinion on count. Make sure if you're going on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Give us that support. We appreciate y'all. It's your opinion on count. Welcome to another episode of Your Opinion on Count. It's that show of all shows. You feel me? It's your boy DJ.
It's Detox.
It's kind of the original.
Listen, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for y'all. The biggest question of all time. What if?
What if?
You feel what I saying?
That's the biggest question of all time?
Yes, bro. What if?
What if?
That's the biggest question that don't really matter, though.
Yeah, it does matter.
Because it's always an if.
What if this coronavirus gets so out of control that we gonna be looting and shit? We gonna be, running up in people's house, grocery shopping and shit. Yeah? What if?
That ain't gonna happen, but
what if? What if the coronavirus mutate, because that's what apparently it is doing, instead of COVID-19, it's COVID-20, and the 21 is the zombie-like one, dog.
I like coming to live by one of my brothers, because I ain't got no gun. Preferably Dito, because he got big gun, you see.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he got multiple, so he can hold one, and I can hold one.
I done got multiple guns, too.
Yeah. So he got the big dog where you can't miss, clearly. We proven that. Know what I mean? But
But
yeah, them sites ain't zero in, so you have to test it out on the zombie or two, nigga.
Nah, it ain't zero in. You may not get a headshot, but you can hit them.
But here's the thing. This is why I glad that we gonna talk about this, because Dito low key wants this to happen, bro. Dito not so. I don't think it's so he get to shoot at a zombie. It's to be in that mode of survival, in that time. You don't want to be in that time, you see.
Survival of the fittest, bro.
That's what he wants.
bro, but
I like competition, so I need to know that I is the fittest.
Competition. This nigga gonna try to be the governor or some shit.
Nah, bro, not the governor. Like you say, it's survival of the fittest.
Bro, I'd lock this right down. This is the same complex. I'd lock this right down.
that ain't the point though. That's fine and dandy, but when it start getting to the point where you ain't got no food, like you done eat all the shit out the cabinet, and then you see right now it ain't even the zombie apocalypse, bro, and you got grocery stores nearly empty.
That's
like shit ain't coming in no more. Like you can eventually have to leave camp to eat.
That's the point.
That's the point.
That's when you load up and you fucking
This ain't the place to barricade, bro. This ain't the place to set up. You know where I set up? Calling up my uncle. Say, hey, we coming out that way.
Yeah, we gotta make it there, dog.
Oh, we can make it there.
How?
What you mean how?
Nigga, in every classic zombie movie, the highways is be full of cars, and they don't move. And we gotta like walk through the cars and shit. And then motherfuckers might be like one might be in the car, you know what I mean?
That's about a week. That's about a week trot. 45-minute drive. Take you about a week to trot out there.
40 miles, bro? Nah, 2 days.
Oh yeah. But now this ain't no straight track. You fucking gotta.
Well, you ain't like we gonna be walking
you
on the
ain't
highway
constantly. Like you gotta fight. You gotta eat. You gotta stop. You gotta sleep.
That's why I say 2 days. You could make it in one.
That'd be crazy if we have to like get guns
miles.
and load up and hike it by Unc house, dog. That'd be crazy.
And bro, see, that's where you
and
go.
then along the way we meet a group, and then you know what I mean.
Nah, bro.
One person infected.
Nah, bro.
You gotta have his drama, dog. If we in a zombie apocalypse, it gotta have his drama. You secretly, this whole
crazy,
time,
though.
you secretly have it, but it's take long to develop in you. And then Rico secretly, his blood is the cure, and we in the same group. That's a dope concept for zombie movies and shit like that, dog.
Yeah, they have a game. It's called Last of Us. But anyway, right? Going on. Nah, bro. See, this the thing. This is the thing about watching the zombie movies and the real life of it, right? In zombie movies or zombie TV shows, motherfuckers just want to be all diplomatic and thing. If it's a zombie apocalypse out there, I ain't being diplomatic, bro. It'd be real quick. Real quick. We moving. Nothing stopping us.
You know, and then y'all got a gun store right around the corner, so that'd probably be a hot spot.
10 to 1. Niggas already in there.
Nah, see, and this is something else people don't take into consideration. We think it'll be a hot spot, right? Well, we think it'll be a hot spot in a certain way, but it'll be a hot spot in another way. People think it'll be a hot spot because they think people who like guns going to get more. Not necessarily, because people who like guns got multiple guns.
They already stock up.
It's people who wasn't fucking with guns in the first place. Now I gotta protect myself, so now I go get a gun. And they ain't really know how to use it and all of that. They gonna be an easy wash, bro. See what they saying?
Hot spot.
Get this murderer.
I ain't got no guns, but I run up in there. I use any gun that I get up in there.
Niggas that work there ain't but to let niggas inside that shit. So if I worked at a gun store, zombie apocalypse, that shit getting locked down.
They ain't gonna be there though. They got their families to tend to. They gotta.
Yeah. They bring them all there.
You think that's where they go hold up?
I'd hold up in there.
Why? Ain't no food?
Ain't no food. Just
but
guns.
I got enough ammo to go get me some food though.
In that case, I go to Academy. Academy right there, even closer.
And that's bigger. That's a bigger.
They got guns and ammo, and they got a little bit of food.
And sleeping shit. And sleeping shit. Camping shit. All type of tools. You be like, what? Them big knife you strap on the side of your leg.
Academy will be the place to go, bro. They even got the bow and arrows, the crossbows. You need all that.
Yeah, I fuck with them crossbows. I fuck with them bow and arrows too, bro.
I ain't fucking with no bow and arrow. Partner, you be dead.
This nigga like
coming out like
this ain't the movies, bro.
yeah. we done experienced that bow and arrow shit. Like that shit harder than it seemed.
That's why you get the crossbow.
And then even if you hit, that don't guarantee.
I can carry on like Daryl. I have the crossbow, but you always have a gun as well. See, you preserve ammo. With a crossbow, you could reuse the arrow.
Reuse the arrow.
Yeah, just in case, you know. I just saying.
Alright.
All I know is, let's say, right, if the zombie shit pop off, right, I want them to be the slow, typical zombies. I don't want them World War Z fucking ones that just run after you, you know, I Am Legend. Them niggas who be running you down and shit. I
don't know if y'all realize, like, The Walking Dead, they started off faster, bro. They only got slower as the body deteriorated. Like in The Walking Dead, they was climbing fence.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: you don't get to choose. If this shit, that's scary though, cause like this virus thing, it make you really think that. I mean, maybe not like a zombie, somebody die and then come back to life, but like deterioration of the body and like someone actually being like a zombie or like wanting like flesh and meat and shit. I don't know, bro. That shit
to the point that it's just like a hunger drive,
plausible,
and it remove brain function and stuff like that. The only function they got is to you know, feed the hunger that
makes sense.
That they have.
Makes sense. It's science. Yeah. They got a way to science it.
Oh, you didn't want no Usain Bolt be a zombie dog? You fucking
and they can eat a fucking body and pull one of these and then break off running again to the next body.
Telling you,
nah. Like, listen, go.
But since you on the what if, right? Let's go to a what if of something that's a bit more plausible. Right.
Okay.
You know what? Scratch plausible. Possible.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because zombies is impossible. This possible. A little implausible right now, but like martial law. Right. it gets to the point that the virus going on so bad, so many people die, so on and so forth. I mean, only what it is, 100,000 people in the world die. Yeah, it's a big, large number, we know. But still, in comparison to the amount of people, it ain't enough to warrant the amount of panic and stuff people have now, right? But now, say it gets to the point that this virus is that bad, and it take out a seventh of the people on the planet. So we take out 1 billion people die, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy numbers right there.
Yeah.
If you add everything up, what's the total number?
Right now it's just over like 100,000.
What, died
We got
already?
100,000.
No, we have
No.
100,000 that have it. I'm talking about deaths.
I talking about who have it.
Nah, bro.
Let's
only
say, like,
like
I wanna know who have
30,000
it.
deaths.
Oh, yeah, sorry, shit. What are you talking about?
Only
Yeah,
like
sorry, it's
30
30,000 died.
Maybe
now.
35.
Yeah,
Which is
number
a
in
lot.
the world is like 600,000.
Which is a lot when you compare it to like the normal flu.
No,
know what
it
I
ain't
mean?
actually.
What?
It ain't.
From the time it been around to now, it's nearly, it ain't, the flu kills about 50,000 people in a year.
Yeah,
When we reach
No,
a year,
no. But that's 50,000 people in the U.S. a year. That ain't worldwide.
you sure?
Yeah, I look it up.
I
the
gotta
other day.
double check that.
So how much
It-
deaths we
it-
got in the U.S.?
Right now we only
A
got
1,000 and some.
no, we got just about 2,000.
Yeah, something like that.
2,000 dead. So that versus worldwide, I mean, we got 2,000 U.S., 25,000 worldwide, whatever it is. It's a significant number, I mean, of people dying. But when you look at the flu, when we have that amount of people in the U.S. dying every year, you know, we ain't to the numbers that, in my opinion, warrant panic. It definitely warrant concern, and we should take it seriously and all that type of stuff. But I'm just saying, what if we get to the point that there are significant numbers of people dying, like way more than it is now? Say right now in the U.S. it's 2,000. Say it's flipping 1 million people dying, right? And it gets to the point that, you know, you get another 50,000 dying every day. That's a lot, and it come down to the point that they incorporate martial law. So what you do now, that means all businesses shut down. That means they flipping rationing out food to households. So it would become like a quote unquote zombie apocalypse in terms of the way people would be acting.
Has there ever been? I mean, yeah, there's been shows like that, but in the case of like the survival of it, like in terms of like you more afraid of the police than actual zombies, like in times like that.
Oh no, I ain't scared of neither.
Niggas could shoot better than you, babe.
And they well equipped.
Them niggas could shoot way better than you.
Like well equipped.
You don't got no
Hold
armor. You ain't got no body armor. You ain't got no.
See, let me explain. Let me give you all a quick history lesson, right? Here in the United States,
History lesson.
yeah, we had a war called the War for Independence, right? Where we fought England. You know who fought England? Farmers, bro. People raising livestock with inferior guns.
Okay.
Inferior guns than fighting the English army at the time. And you know what happened? We won.
Why did we win?
What's your point though?
So you saying England trash?
Hmm?
Yeah. What's your point? You saying you?
No, we were smarter in it.
Okay.
That's how we won. But my point is that just because they have far superior weapons doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to win, right? We had a standoff.
It ain't a war, but it ain't a war against everybody, against like the military or policemen
Okay.
or whoever enforcing the law. Like it's you against them.
No. If you're in a state
Like
of
if you-
martial law and you're trying to do something and the police trying to force you to do something else, just like it was in Oregon, is a man that had his cows grazing and everything, and they were saying that he grazing on I think like public land or something like that. It's some, I can't remember the exact circumstances surrounding what exactly happened. But what happened is that the government was trying to infringe on his rights. And he put it out there and stuff like that. And a whole bunch of people went out there to support him. Right?
Okay.
They went out there with their guns. They stood up against the police and the FBI. The police, the FBI, they backed the fuck down.
Yeah, because they can't just go shooting civilians.
Yeah, but my point is they was there with their guns, their quote unquote non-military guns, right? Sorry, no. I
Why you have to quote it like that?
No. I got to change that. It's not quote unquote because they are non-military guns. They do not shoot automatic, right? Whereas the FBI, police force, they have automatic guns. But these people still held their ground. No shots were fired, but just the mere threat of you having a militia standing there with you saying, hey, look, we here, we standing for our rights. Fuck with us. We ready.
I want to see that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta send that to me.
Yeah, you send it to you. But my point is in the case of martial law, and the reason I say I ain't afraid of neither is because there's always going to be people who want to stand up for their rights. If they feel their rights are being trodden upon, people going to come together and stand up for that, regardless of where you at. You always have people that going to want to stand up for their rights.
So, you think that you're going to have a band of people who can join together and y'all going to fight the military?
It is going to be people like that.
I'm sure, but
Bruh, I know that there are policemen and firefighters and people who work for the government that are going to stand up against that. Because not everybody is going to agree with that.
You're right.
There are going to be people in the army that are going to be like, bruh, yeah, I ain't fucking with what the government doing. Whereas there's going to be people in the army that's going to be like, bruh, they feeding us, my family good, I going to do what they say.
So
drummer boys, niggas that fucking shit the Star Spangled Banner.
But that's the thing. Some people gonna get hurt before it come to that. You might be one of them people.
People gonna get hurt. Yeah.
like
Dito is
before,
unheard of.
like
bro.
when they come through and enforce this law, and they got military running the streets, and you really can't do nothing. You can't come out your house, and
that's why the next one I getting is my 300 blackout.
This nigga dog.
Hey,
This is my. Why you like? Yo,
you
what's
can't
the
own
problem, bro?
vests, right?
Huh?
You can't own a bulletproof vest,
Yeah,
right?
you could.
Why you can't?
You gotta fill out extra paperwork, right?
Why?
No.
For a vest, for
Why?
a bulletproof vest.
If I could buy a gun,
You could
why
buy
can't I buy
bulletproof
a
vest.
protection from the gun?
You could buy it, yeah.
I-
They even have
I-
companies that right now have like a it's almost like them Under Armour stuff.
Dry fit?
Yeah, not a dry fit, but them training shirts that like it's be really tight on you, like no space in it. They have like shirts like that have Kevlar in it that companies sell, so that way you could like for I guess businessmen and stuff who in a position that people will probably try to rob them, ransom them, shit like that they could wear it in their normal clothes and it's fine.
Bruh, would that stop him? 22s and 9mm?
It stops handguns. I mean, but most bulletproof vests don't stop rifle rounds, 300 blackout shoot straight through stage 2 Kevlar.
This nigga know a little bit too much about these guns and these bullets and these ammunition and thing, dog.
Gotta watch.
You and
videos.
your little 3 guns. What you gonna do in this fucking zombie apocalypse outside?
I only got
dog?
2 hands, so. I mean,
you gonna fucking you Christian Bale and Equilibrium and you fucking
that look like the bad boy stance, bro.
yeah, dog. Telling you. Dino would love. He would love it. He would love to fucking boom, 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 shoot up all kind of zombies. Nah, bro. Listen. All I saying is this, right? If it come to that, shit gonna be wild, bro.
But
You gonna have to literally take people's life, bro.
yeah,
You ready for that?
I okay with that. cause nah, you gotta understand where I come from, right?
Dito, you ready to take somebody's life? Like you will have no remorse.
I'm ready to defend my life.
Oh, okay.
There's the difference.
Okay.
See, being, and I know plenty of people say, but Dito, you's a Christian, bruh.
You ready to rob too?
The Bible say, hold on. There's a difference between robbing somebody and looting an abandoned place. That's not stealing.
Okay, so what if niggas, we in our little crew, we need some food. It's a house in there, and it's one person living in that house, but they got a lot of food. Let's say we pull up on the nigga with all the hand sanitizer and shit. Right? Don't laugh. What we gonna do? We gonna leave him alone, or we gonna get some shit?
If it's my decision, we leaving him alone
Why?
because he ain't do nothing to us.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
We running up. If it's my decision, we running up in there. We tying a nigga up. We gonna take 80% of his shit because he only need 20% for himself, and we gonna let him slide, bro. That's what I doing.
Nah, but yeah, I am prepared to take a life if it's in defense of mine or defense of somebody innocent.
Great recovery.
Yeah.
Great recovery, Dito.
So since y'all doing y'all what if this virus, or maybe not this virus, what if there comes another virus that kill like half the population or even more?
Isn't that what I just said? I mean, you just add more people.
Nah, you talking about like martial law. And
That's what's gonna happen, though.
defending-
That's what will happen in the case
if
of
in the case
that many
that
people
yeah,
are
if
dying.
a next virus come and it wipe out half the fucking planet,
In America, that's a gonna
bro,
happen.
I have a very scary one, bro. For all
In
the Christians
America?
out there too.
Go ahead. I mean,
Nah, I mean that's
like
basically
I
what happened
talking
in
about
China
like
already.
I talking about like at a rate that like the military ain't even out their house fucking with people. Like you come in contact,
You're dead.
you dying. You gonna die. Like what if this a for sure virus that gonna take you out and it like spreading like the coronavirus or spreading like the influenza virus. Like
my plan has not changed.
Like at that rate, you ain't gotta worry about the police telling you stay in your house or because they ain't even trying to come out and
I making a trot to my uncle, right? And whoever it is, like if I already around people that I already know don't have it because they ain't dead, right? Hey, we gonna make this trot by uncle, and we be farming off the land, right? And on the way there, anybody coming trying to fuck with us, bruh, 30 feet back, shout to me what you gotta say. Come any closer, you getting shot. Simple. Cause that's defending life.
bruh, shit would be crazy. Shit would be crazy.
I got another what if. What if the coronavirus is the rapture?
Nah.
Let me
What
tell you why.
rapture?
Because remember how it say y'all ain't gonna know when it come
Right.
and it's gonna happen, and then all these people are dying, basically getting raptured. All these people are getting the virus and dying from it, getting raptured. And then when everything finish, like when the people that need to go, we gonna have that one world currency. We gonna have that chip for the money shit because they think that the money gonna get on the dollars. Like it's a great way to like, I wouldn't say great way, but to bring realism into what God is do because you know that's how that has happened. You know that's how people is do. But this is a theory I had as well. Like
Nah, I don't think that's it. Because apparently people are supposed to like physically be gone.
That's
Like rapture.
death.
like no, when I say physically be gone, we here talking and flipping want us gone. Disappear. Like no remnant.
planes fall out the sky and shit.
Yeah. Supposedly. I haven't read Revelation in a while, so I'd have to go back and read
That'd
it
be
again.
crazy, dog.
I don't know, but I highly doubt it. I second that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the rapture or not.
When you really look at it, it could be.
I mean, that's one interpretation.
I don't believe in the rapture. I think we're gonna eventually get close enough to the sun where the earth just burns.
We gonna get close to the sun?
Or the sun is gonna get bigger and just
burn
out.
Believe them science niggas. I seen a couple of shits like that.
After our star burns out,
it's gonna grow into a red giant or some shit, and then burn out. And then
I mean, the shit has happened to other stars, so eventually,
I don't believe
whether
that, you know.
whether it's
other stars
whether it's
that we don't even know
God
exist.
burning, setting the world on fire, because that's how we gonna do it. Or
You right about
however
that too.
people want to
You
look
right
at
about
it,
that too.
but
You right about that too.
but I think we just gonna get too close where
I don't know if I believe scientists when they say, "Hey, this happened to other stars."
you don't believe that. Why not?
No, I say I don't know if I believe it. I'm not saying
You're on the fence about it.
I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm saying I am not sure that we have enough information because it's still a theory because you haven't seen it happen.
Bro, they looking through a telescope saying, "Oh, all of this happened."
Right. They looking at something through a telescope saying that this happened to this star because of
45 million years ago.
because of what they see and the light that we're receiving from the star. Because of how far the star is away, we are now seeing it now when that star already burned out so many years ago, and it's like
Yeah, but that's going off of what you understand. Like these people like have telescopes in outer space.
The Hubble.
They have multiple telescopes.
Yeah, but remember, this is a dome, right? This is a dome. So whatever you seeing is what the creator just wants you to see in that dome, bro. It's like when you buy a kaleidoscope, right?
You're talking about the flat earthers.
It's like when you buy a kaleidoscope, right?
I know,
When
but
you
they
look
ain't
through
looking. They ain't looking. They used to look from Earth, but I saying like they now have like telescopes and probes
missing the
in
point.
outer space.
You're missing the point. The creator, like, I don't care. This is what I really think, bro. Guardian made some fucking vast universe that endlessly ends, or whatever the case. Let's say this the Earth. God probably made space like this big. And no matter how much scientists use their telescope, God got this set up so that they could just see whatever the fuck they want to see, basically, through their telescopes.
Nah,
I don't think it's some vast space. And yeah,
I think
it's
this is what I think now, right? That yes, there's a big universe. We have multiple solar systems, galaxies, so on and so forth, right? But the thing is that, like, the scientists telling me about this star that they say they see, right, at this point in time, they can't guarantee me that that's the same star that they see in tomorrow. Because also, according to them, how we rotate around the sun, right, our whole galaxy is moving at a speed in outer space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means other galaxies are also moving at a speed in outer space. And in those galaxies, you have the solar systems moving. So you're telling me you're looking at this star tonight, 6 months from now, you're telling me that's that same star. So no point in time, there was nothing in the way of that star that blocked out us being able to see that star, being that there are thousands upon thousands of solar systems inside the galaxy, and then there are thousands and thousands of galaxies. So this star that you see, what you say is so many light years away, just how we have solar eclipse, like, hey, the moon get in front of the sun, blocks out the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me whole other galaxies ain't block out this star that you're looking at? Galaxies, solar systems, asteroids, whatever it is you want.
They study these things for years, bro. I mean,
and that's my point, is because you ain't there to physically see it. It could be another star that they saw. That's all I say.
yeah, like, this is what I don't get. Like, the whole
I think that's a discredit to like people who actually put in the work and actually study these things and actually follow like the stars and astronomy and stuff like that. Like, I think y'all just, what y'all saying is a discredit to their study. That's like me telling you, like, how I even know a car running like this when how I even know that that's the part I need when I can't even see it?
Because I
In
could
the
take
car.
it. Because I could take it
Know what
apart
I mean?
and prove it to you.
Scientists
know.
can't do that.
The difference is
but they've traveled to.
travel
they've-
over.
They've sent probes to
But
these
you,
planets,
the thing
bro.
is, but you
Bruh.
won't even know that.
Bruh.
Like you won't
Know what I
even know
mean?
if they send these things to
Bruh,
these
we-
planets.
As far as we know, they've only put a rover on Mars. We
Okay.
haven't actually even had a
Ap-
human on Mars.
Apparently, they got one. They got this thing by Saturn too, and by between Saturn and one of the moons next to Saturn.
I was
this little-
watching this thing. They designed the
Really?
probe to
Yeah.
go to the. They
It
send the
ain't
probe
it
to the
ain't
sun.
on the planet. It ain't on the planet. It
No, no,
literally
but-
like in the
But by
orbit.
Saturn, look up how far Saturn is from here.
How many miles away?
Yeah.
Light years. It's not miles.
Yeah, I'll tell you how
No,
many.
it'll tell you miles, because apparently we're 93
Oh.
million miles away from the sun.
It'll tell you how many miles.
I think we farther from, what it is, Saturn?
Nigga, we way far away from Saturn.
Than we are from the sun.
959.43 million
Miles.
miles.
Yeah, bro.
Million
what you
miles.
talking about?
Right?
Like, yes.
Right?
Saturn in our same solar system.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Find out how fast the fastest flipping spaceship could travel.
And you gotta understand, like, bro, like, ain't the Romans studied the stars?
But they ain't even had telescopes.
They had telescopes. What you talking about?
Not like
bro?
the fucking telescopes.
Not
we
like
get
what we
now.
have now, and we have far more advanced telescopes now that could see different things. We got telescopes that could see gamma rays and X-rays and
But-
like it's
This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
and hold on, and for y'all to say like y'all don't even believe that, like these people just doing all this work to just make a lie and say it's fake.
Not saying they
Know what I
making
mean?
a lie. About 17,500 miles per hour.
17,500 miles per hour. Now divide. Let me calculate it. You said 900 and how much million miles?
950 something. Unless you gotta pull it up again.
Got to turn.
Ain't nobody
calculator
trying to discredit scientists, you know.
150.
It's just about proving shit, bro. Like, don't look
Million.
through a telescope and say, "Oh, this is what this is."
I know, but even okay, y'all talking about stuff that's light years away, which I could understand where y'all coming from. But when you start talking about even in our galaxy, bro, like they have.
But
That's
you
like
know, the
that's like
only star that's relatively close to us is the sun, bro.
that's like telling us. That's like saying to a flat earther the Earth round,
Okay.
but you got a astronaut who clearly went into space. Like he wouldn't even argue that point with someone who believed the Earth is flat because he's went there. No matter how much he say, well, I don't believe you, bro. Like that ain't a point he gotta prove. He already been there.
But
He already
see,
been to outer space.
But see that like there's a difference in that. One, I mean about just going to Saturn, right? It would take us, and that's if that spaceship could travel at 17,500 miles an hour consistently for 6.2 years. For it to get to Saturn.
Yeah, they sent the probe out years ago.
Yeah, they had enough fuel. Like I mean, it's a.
It ain't even about fuel in space. It's about they just shoot out a stream of air, like, yeah, I mean, and it could propel you because there's no. In space, it's like a different type of motion system.
No, it's fuel. When you see when you see the rockets, they build a big ass rocket. Like the tip of that rocket is what's landing to the
But
destination.
that's to get them out of this atmosphere.
I know, and it's
Like
still
the fuel, they don't need the fuel to push them to the planet.
No, but they need some form of fuel.
they need.
Okay, watch this. Asteroids have no fuel, but they still flying at fucking thousands of miles per hour
Right.
because they was ejected from somewhere, right?
Because they were
But
propelled by gravitational
Exactly.
pull.
So when that's what they do. They line up the course of this thing so it could ride different like gravity shits
Yeah.
or whatever the case.
And that's to help it along, but you still need a fuel source.
Yeah.
You still need a fuel source to run all the
Yeah,
other
I know.
things in there.
I know. All I saying is I ain't
Right.
trying to discredit science, but I just it's just for y'all to be like for like, for instance, right? We don't know nothing about our ocean, but we know everything but space and shit. That's what it's like. That's what it's
Okay.
like. Where I draw the line at, bro. Like,
Like this. I ain't trying to discredit science, right?
he's gotta start every sentence with that.
Yeah.
He's gotta start every sentence with that.
Listen, I just saying,
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that yes, there are formulas and stuff you can use to gauge, because they didn't measure the distance from here to Uranus or Saturn. Sorry, they didn't measure the.
I'm so fucking childish, bro. Oh
they didn't
man,
measure
that's
the
so
distance.
funny.
They didn't measure the distance from here to the sun because it's physically impossible to do so, right?
Yeah, them even saying 900 and something million miles is Saturn from Earth. I don't get how they do that too.
well, apparently they have a probe on its way to the sun,
Okay.
and
But it should have been there already.
it would.
But at some point, the probe, depending on how close it gets, it'll burn up.
No, they've designed. I can tell you what I've watched.
They've designed something that can withstand the surface of the sun.
The surface of the sun. Yeah, they have a
Yeah,
facility.
I don't believe that for a second.
They have a facility in Europe or something where
Uh-huh.
they use the sun, and they use mirrors to pinpoint extreme temperatures
Uh-huh.
on a surface.
Okay.
So they'll direct this energy and using magnifying glasses and the sun, and they're able to get this surface, this one little surface, the temperatures
Of
as
the
hot
sun.
as the sun, right? Which is possible. Like, it's like we as human beings, we known to like create hot temperatures for whatever it is we need. But this shit is extreme. Anyway, they designed this material because that was their whole thing. They create this probe to go to the sun, but the instruments to take all the readings and send it back to Earth. The problem was it was gonna burn up, obviously. So it's trying to design this material that could withstand the heat. Obviously, it ain't going in the sun. It's gonna be very close to the sun, but
Hold on. So why are they going to take measurements?
take measurements for what?
See this is where I say
Take measurements for what?
You just said the instruments, and they have to measure the temperatures and stuff and send it back to Earth and things like that.
Not the instruments on the probe. I don't know exactly the information they
What- this
need.
is my
They
thing,
trying
though.
to get from the probe.
Yeah, what's
but
the
I'm
point
saying,
of going that close to the sun?
Hold on.
I ain't no scientist. I ain't no astronomer.
But you speaking for them though, like as if you fucking work for these niggas. Like, what I want to know is,
Hold on, but you speaking against it, so I could at least speak to what I've watched. Like, I ain't gonna say I don't believe this
let's
shit.
don't make this argument don't make sense.
Hold on.
This argument don't make sense.
It
hold
does
on.
make sense.
No, it don't, because you just watching TV.
Bro, that's just
It
like
don't make sense.
That's just like anything.
It
Like,
don't make sense.
like
though.
you watch shit on TV and be like, "Oh, look at that fish."
Because
you don't
guess
know.
what?
You
But
never
wait,
see that
because
fish.
guess what? I watch the same shit you watch.
I
seen
know.
this shit, and I still be like, all right,
Hold
this
on.
ain't.
Hold on,
This
hold
is
on, hold
gonna
on.
take
This-
40 million years to even happen.
This
or some
is
shit.
this is where my question is, because like
What's
I
that?
said, you could come up with a formula because they have like the Pythagorean theorem that, hey, if I have the measurement from A to B and from B to C, I could get the measurement from A to C, right? That's figuring out the hypotenuse, right? It's a formula for that, and they've tested the formula gajillions of times over, right? And it's accurate. So I get that they could theorize the distance from our planet to another planet at its closest point or at its furthest point away. Fine, I don't have an issue with that, right? What I have an issue with, and that's within our solar system, and then you could also use radars and light reflection measurements to, hey, I send in light to this certain spot, and I'm waiting for the reflection back from it and seeing how long it takes to get back to me. I could, because I know what the speed of light is, I can say, hey, this is how far that place is based on how long it takes to get back. We use that in cars all the time with with the radars, with the radar sensors and stuff like that.
Yeah, technology.
Right. Now,
That's what getting me with y'all. Like,
right.
you can't believe one technology and don't believe like we don't have this other technology.
No, because to me that's not technology now. The technology that you use to see something and then telling me what that something is two different things. I'm using a technology to see something, but now I'm relying on you coming up with a theory to tell me that that same something you see today is the same one you're going to see tomorrow. That's two different things. Right? Because check it out, right? We all know that there are varying stars in the sky. We can see the stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know there are some stars similar to our sun based on the size of it, based on what they theorize to be the distance that it is away from us, right? So they are making a theory to say, hey, I show y'all seeing these flipping pictures where they have Earth, the sun, like sizes. Earth, Jupiter.
It's
the
a
sun,
whole video that
yeah,
they got all these stars with apparently
and how big they are, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is that because we are turning around our sun, we are revolving around our sun, so we moving. Our solar system is moving in space as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our galaxy is also moving in space as well, and the same thing is happening to the galaxies and solar systems that these other stars are in, right? You could come here and you can take a picture of this wall, right? You see the foam pattern on the wall. You have a picture to show me that, hey, this is what's there. I could come here tomorrow, remove one of those red patterns, and put another one up. Now, because it appears to be the same, you can go ahead and tell me, hey, look, I have this picture. This is from yesterday. This is that one. Look, it's still there. It's the same. Unless you do a thorough examination of both to look and see, hey, one is actually different than the other, which we don't have the technology to look that far as yet.
Yeah, but
that's my whole point.
You talking about distant stars, but which I saw to see where you coming from, but you ain't getting it, and I obviously, because I ain't no mathematician, like obviously these people have equations to measure the distance or come up with their theories of what they think, and some of them are only theories, but some of them are proven. Like, you have people been studying the stars for years, bro, and they've had these theories, and you still have NASA and these scientists studying the stars. And yes, the earth revolves around the sun and all, and we constantly move, right? But the stars move in the sky too, bro.
Yeah.
Like it might be on the right side of the moon today, but next year or 6 months from now, it'll be in a different spot.
I kind of confused about something.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm really confused about something. So we revolve around the sun, the whole galaxy, the whole solar system moving, the whole galaxy moving, and the same stars we seeing moving in the same direction with us.
No, if they're in our galaxy, they're moving in the same direction because our galaxy is moving in one direction.
Okay, so now, your whole theory on how come something ain't like move in the front of something, you know what I mean, or block something out. I mean, and if this is our galaxy and this is the stars, but we just moving in the same direction like this, then nothing would block nothing out. You know what I mean?
But that's also assuming that we all moving at this very same speed.
When you're talking about stuff,
because we could also, I mean, you could just look at it as very simple as our solar system, right? We revolve around the sun at a certain rate, so much so that our year is
365 days.
And one day is 24 hours. But another planet, a day on it is 6 hours. Another planet, a day on it is 36 hours.
Yeah, it could be longer or shorter.
Right?
I get it.
And then their years are different. So just because we all moving at the same speed, right? Like the galaxy itself doesn't mean that all the planets revolving around the stars inside the galaxy moving at the same speed. Doesn't mean that all the galaxies all the solar systems in that galaxy is moving at the same speed. because apparently, according to science, the galaxies are also revolving in that solar system. The solar systems are revolving in that galaxy.
But to Rico's defense, if science ain't say it, then don't even ask the question about it.
And I ain't saying go and like just believe scientists, because scientists do study. They study stars. Like, you would have one person for their whole career studying one star, bro. Like, and trying to prove their theory. Know what I mean? Like, that ain't. And then they have, even when they prove it, then they have other scientists like trying to see if you correct or not. But like, going off the people who do the math for distance and shit like that, like, y'all can say our year ain't a year. Know what I mean?
Nah. See, the thing is
that shit don't make no sense. Though.
like
real
say,
talk, before
like,
you go,
if you don't
I know
believe
you got a big combat for that. But really quick, I ain't wanna like this is why I said an argument don't make sense, bro. Because this basically is what you believe versus what I believe. The reason why I said it is because you watched the show about the sun expanding. I watched the same shit, and I don't even believe that's gonna happen, bro. But you believe it's gonna happen. So I'm not discrediting science. I'm like, bro, like, and the scale they put everything on, it's like, it's so retarded to me, bro. Like, the sun is gonna expand, but 200 million years from now,
which it might not. Like, 200 million years from now.
Here's my issue with that. Bro. You scientists, you study this, and this the calculations you come up with.
Right.
Like it's unreal to me, bro. And then when they have these videos about, because there's a video on YouTube that shows all the scalings of these planets and these stars and all of this shit, yada yada. Like, we all want the one telescope, or the two or three telescopes y'all got in orbit, telling y'all the size of these stars, the distance these stars is away. So
nah, you got mathematicians who calculate that shit.
okay.
Like their only profession is math.
So
to calculate.
Here this is, right? This is another issue I have with that, is because all of that is theorizing, right?
Not factual.
Right. That's not. I call that science theory. It's not true science. Because
what's not true science?
To theorize, hey, the sun is going to expand and blow up in 200 million years.
In million years, yeah. That's I say, you could get to 200 million years and maybe it happen in 400 million. You know, right. It's a theory. Maybe they don't happen taking a guess.
So this is where I say that it's not real science, right? Real science, look it up in any science book. Go back to when you was in primary school, is where you come up with an hypothesis of what you think is going to happen, and you have to be able to duplicate it and prove it scientifically to say, okay, this is what it is, right? Like going down to the drag strip, right, and say, hey, I think my car can run 12 seconds in a quarter mile. I go and I drive it down there. I drive it down the track. First time it don't do 12 seconds, it do 12.2, 12.3. I go and I do my little tweaks or whatever, and I get it to do that. My hypothesis was this is what it'll be able to do, and then I do whatever I could, and I test it multiple times, and then I get the final result. At the end of the day, if I was able or not able to do it, then I'd be able to say, okay, my hypothesis was wrong or my hypothesis was right.
Like Mythbusters.
Right?
I feel you.
So in the same way, and this is also another point to why I am skeptical about what they're saying about far out stars and stuff like that, is because every year, y'all may not notice it, y'all may not even pay attention to it. You always hearing somebody about they find a new star and they name it, you know, Qualcomm 825X, whatever the thing is, bro. Like, no, like legit.
I get you.
Yeah.
When we done, I can show you this video about the scale. It's like a 2-3 minute video, and it shows like Earth, the sun,
I've seen multiple of them,
and the next one, and then they show the scale of.
Then they have somewhere how many Earths can fit inside the sun, how many suns can fit inside this, yada, so on and so forth. Yeah, so that I'm not saying that they are not right, I am also not saying that they are wrong. I'm not
It's a
saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong.
Some things are theory, but some things are factual. When you let's break it down into the scale of our own solar system. So you don't believe anything that's been proven that's been proven from scientists according to our solar system.
Like what?
Like the size of Jupiter, or how far it is, or the amount of moons on Saturn.
No, well, because of how close it is, and we also have things closer, like I just said, with.
I know, but they get the same information from the telescopes and the instruments and the probes they send out.
Right, but my thing is okay, there's with something being so close, right? Being so close, and I can physically track it moving, right? Like Mars, right? Because I can track Mars moving, I can send a beam of light to Mars and wait for the reflection of it coming back with whatever tool it is they use, some form of a radar. That's how radars measure the speed of cars going down the street. It shoots a beam, even though the car is still moving. It shoots a beam, and the point at which that beam, hits the car, right? It knows the distance from where the beam was and where the beam hit the car. Then it comes back, and another beam goes out. And it measures how fast it took to come back and how fast it took to come back the second time. And it measures those against each other. So then it says, hey, I sent it at this point. It took this long to get back here. Then I measured it at this point and it took this long to get back here. Then it measures the two distances against each other. And it says, okay, the car took point whatever seconds to go from here to here. So now I can calculate how fast that car was moving. And that little radar machine does it so quickly. So in the same way, they have tools that would measure, hey, I sent a beam of light to Mars, the moon.
That's going off if they use that same technology.
They have they have a more advanced version of it.
You know?
But that's
because some of these things are just calculations by mathematicians. like as far as distance and shit. Know what I mean?
But you need a reference to come up with that calculation.
Listen, bro, I got something for Pope. Well, two of y'all. If God fake, science fake too, nigga. Plain and simple.
Okay.
That's what I say.
But you follow science every day. You use your phone.
That's science?
That's science. You talking through this mic.
But what if God tell me to use my phone?
You talking through this microphone and the headphones.
No, it's not science at all.
That's all of the science.
This is not science.
Yes, it is.
Just as
it's physics.
You believe
it's physics and it's a little bit of chemistry.
Y'all just can't handle the truth. Who created physics?
God did.
My end of my discussion.
All right. So
who created scientists? The devil. To combat the real deal.
That's my old point. Within our solar system is something different, right? Because we can use closer things to then theorize the distance of further away things. But now you're talking about things that they say are millions of light years away, right? Mm-hmm. Millions of light years.
I got a question for you.
This would scare me though. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously I going off of what I've watched. Know what I mean? What I've heard scientists talk about. Dude, Neil deGrasse and
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I like him.
But obviously, I know scientists. I'm going to say it again. I know scientists. But, like, you got different scientists who challenge these people. Like they don't believe either when they come up with these theories.
Here's a quick thing. Here's a quick thing in terms, just to throw it out there, right? How long has the longest person been alive?
I don't know. They say you got one dude who might be like 140 or some shit like that.
Okay, cool.
But 100 and some. 100.
Okay.
I've witnessed 106, 110.
Let's check this out. I'm going to even use a biblical standard. The longest person to live in the Bible was 1,000 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say we had a person living for 1,000 years, right?
Who the hell lived for 1,000 years in the Bible?
A couple of people.
But then again, a year could have been...
Damn near close. It was like 900
a year could have been 3 months.
Dang.
900 and some years.
A year could have been 3 months. But scientists come and say, yo, you know what, a year is 12 months.
Nah, but that ain't even...
You got You got people who add on months to the year.
Yo, this shit.
Caesar Augustus who
This
add
shit's
August
stupid, man.
and October and
This
So
shit's stupid.
like
So hold on. This just me proving a little point, right? So 1,000 years,
Mhm.
longest person to live in the Bible, roughly around that number, right?
yeah.
So with that said, they have some of these stars out there that they say are, let's just say, 1 million light years away, right? So you know what a light year is?
Mm-hmm. Light traveling at that speed for a year.
Right, light traveling at the
The
speed of light
for a year. Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. What?
No. Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
that's a light year. Sorry. I was mixing that up with the million light years. So a light year is a measure of distance, not time.
Right.
Right. So it's just how far light can travel in 1 year.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
now-
it'll take light 1 year to reach this to reach this place.
To reach that point, that is
Yeah.
what a light year is.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me that this star is 1 million light years away. So it would literally take light 1 million years moving at the speed of light 1 million years to reach that destination.
To reach Earth,
Right, to reach Earth.
because that's where
Or
we're
from
looking
Earth to that destination.
Yeah.
Right? There's not been a person that's been alive for 1 million years. According to science, humans have only been around for 150,000 years. I
Right.
don't believe that, but even if we go with that, say humans have been around 150,000 years, there's still not been enough time to even test that theory.
It's called math, bro. You build off the stepping stones of people who
And this is where I say that it
How
is
do you
a
even
theory.
begin to test a theory like that?
Exactly my point. Like
You send something that's
and so-
a few light years closer.
So this is where I say that, hey, yes, you could theorize that is a theoretical distance to them. That is not the actual distance.
right and
Is a theoretical distance because of, hey, measuring, because they don't know the exact miles
Right,
from here to
and-
Pluto,
and
right? Because we've never been to Pluto.
They already take Pluto off the fucking
Right.
solar system, random bastards.
Okay, let's go with Neptune.
which you have scientists who was for that, and you have scientists who was against that.
I ain't even talking about that. But you have. Let's go with Neptune. Neptune's still a planet, right?
Mhm.
They ain't
Yeah.
changed that yet, right? Okay. So Neptune, farthest planet out there, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I gotta make sure Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars,
Neptune.
Neptune. Yeah.
Neptune,
Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Right.
Yeah.
So Neptune. Yeah. Okay. Right. So Neptune is the farthest. We've never been there, but they do have a distance that they've calculated.
I believe they sent in a probe there too.
Right?
For real?
I'm
Hey,
done,
don't
bro. I'm
quote
done.
me
I'm
on
done.
that. Don't
I'm
quote me
done.
on
This
that.
nigga know. This
Don't
nigga
quote
knows
me
some
on that.
shit that we
Don't
ain't supposed
quote
to
me
know,
on
bro.
that. Don't
This
quote me
nigga
on that.
does
I
not
could be
know some
wrong.
shit.
I could be wrong.
But I'm saying they do have, again, with Mars being there and stuff like that, they've sent rover to Mars. They have a distance there. Like, if they have two distances, known distances, they can calculate the third distance. You know
Right.
what I mean? And there are also, I'm sure there are many more flipping mathematical equations and stuff like that. But again, all of them are in theory at the time, because you can't actually measure it.
Well, I don't know. I think they pretty on point. You know, like I was watching something. I was watching something, and they're saying on their journey to Mars, it was like they gave a what you call it, a scenario similar to them trying to pinpoint this spot on Mars, right? And there's like, for them to reach this spot where they're trying to reach on Mars, obviously they did their calculations to hit this spot. It's like throwing a basketball from LA to New York and hitting the shot.
Oh, they
No
love,
rim.
They love to
No-
do shit like
yeah,
that. They
no
love to
rim,
do,
no
they
rim,
love to
right?
do them stupid ass measurements and analogies, bro.
So you could put it into perspective how on point their calculations is. I mean, and like I say, I ain't no fucking
You know what
scientist, dog.
You know what they
I
love
just,
to do? You know what they love to do too? This is what they love to do. It's over 2 light years away, which is 50,000 football fields.
which
You know what they saying?
which I know, but I mean, if you go off of like we have these elements on Earth, bro. Like we know helium could cause extreme fires. You know,
Helium or hydrogen?
helium fires,
I haven't seen one. But okay.
helium fires.
But this what I don't get either, bro. There's planets literally made out of this combustible gas, right?
With the sun. So that's what I'm saying. So they believe that the sun is made up of these gases, and the core is whatever gases. Think like helium and nitrogen or some bullshit anyway. And they believe that it's gonna eventually explode, and there's kaboom. so I mean, who's to tell when? I don't know.
For instance, right? If they say Jupiter made out of some flammable gases too, right?
All type of gases. I don't know.
So if I was an astronaut, I'd fuck this whole universe, this whole solar system. If we ever get to go to Jupiter, I'll take a lighter to Jupiter and click that shit, and then the whole Jupiter blow up.
That's even if the lighter could light.
Yeah, but the oxygen from the suit.
Oh, so you just could light it inside.
Exactly. Light it in the suit, crack the shit. It's a wrap.
It's
Blow
probably,
up Jupiter.
It's probably.
And apparently, Jupiter gravity so fucking intense. Jupiter gravity is like one of the major reasons the solar system is even go how it is go. Even the sun as well. Like the sun and Jupiter, because they're so big.
But then those gases, it's assuming that it's in a state that it could explode. Because just like gasoline that we use for our cars, in the liquid form, I could literally put a match into it, and it would not catch on fire.
Yeah, you need the right combustion.
Nah, because liquid gasoline is not flammable. It is the fumes from the gasoline that is flammable.
Yeah, it mixes the right elements mix.
But Jupiter, remember, Jupiter is all gas, according to science.
Yeah, but
because they had a telescope with a laser, would just tell you what is gas and shit. So that's right. All right.
I don't know, man.
I asking you, nigga. You know more than me.
But in certain
listen, all I know is they got some telescopes out there.
But in
there was like one is read gamma ray, one is read X-ray, and then they put that with the Hubble telescope, and then they show a picture of this galaxy, and I was like, damn, that shit fresh. I was like, damn, that's some fly ass shit.
You see the shit that look like a hand too?
Know what I mean?
It looked like all ominous. It just looked like a hand. It's like black and red, gassy smoke with stars and shit.
Nah.
Yeah, they call it God's hand. Oh,
nah, I didn't see that shit.
Did you saying it?
Nah, it's just because something is flammable, it means that it can combust, but it has to be in certain atmospheres and things like that. It ain't just, like on its own kind of thing.
So, because, oxygen now, my suit bringing the oxygen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I lighten it up.
But then oxygen itself is flammable too.
Listen.
Yeah. You think about that?
So,
no.
You know water, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen? Like if you took hydrogen and oxygen and you put them together, it creates an explosion. And the byproduct is water.
Blinded by science.
I see that science. They proved that they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
they
things.
telescope it. That's the thing, dog. That's the thing.
Chemistry was my shit, bro. I love chemistry.
That's the thing, dog. Like the Rico defense with the telescope shit, right? Mm-hmm. They got the telescopes, right? We could look at the planet and say, this planet is made of this. This planet generates this. This planet has that. This on one of the moons by Saturn, I think it's Europa or some shit, got water.
The moon.
It's like a frozen lake.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. So, scientists freaking out, oh, water?
They believe
water,
you
boy,
drilled.
water got ice. Water is the ice got water. Water got life.
Hold on. They know it's water or they just see ice?
It's a frozen planet. So they believe by the gravitational pull of Saturn that it bends and stretches the core, and that heats up the core of the moon, but it's a frozen moon. So they
So in the
their
middle of it.
theory is that it's a theory.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It's not true.
Yes.
We don't know
Okay, the theory is
that the gravitational pull of Saturn is bend and stretch the core, which is create heat and liquefy the ice. So they believe it's like a ice layer on the outside, but if you drill down,
You can get
it's
water.
water.
And water
no,
create
but
lights.
why do they think that it's
It could be like liquid methane, or you know what I mean. I know what you're
Yeah.
getting at, right?
No, I mean because you have what they call dry ice, right?
Hmm.
Which is frozen carbon dioxide. So I mean, how they know it ain't that?
Because they get a telescope that done tell them it's water, bro.
Partner,
You
Okay.
can get that's the
Okay.
point this nigga making, dog.
Okay.
One is do gamma ray, one is do X-ray, one is a water ray, dog. It only makes sense, bro. It only makes sense. That's why I say this argument don't make no. It's the minute he
Nah.
say I was watching some shit. The minute he said it, I was like, okay, fuck this whole argument, man.
National Geographic is a shit, dog.
Listen,
I
you
telling
got a telescope that can tell us what the short of the week is.
Nah, but I mean that shit is go when you talk about like Wi-Fi and like satellite signals, like y'all believe your signal can go from the remote to the TV, like these
'Cause
signals
they prove
real.
it. They prove it.
Yeah, but they're
They prove it.
obviously
I know when I press the button on the remote, the TV
Nah,
is turned on.
you know what can satisfy me when they got a nigga on Mars. I mean, can you hear me now? Good.
nah.
That's
it
what
ain't
nigga
gonna satisfy
satisfy
you
me.
till y'all go to NASA and be like, yo, there's some real shit.
I've been there before.
Know what I mean?
I've been in NASA
And
before.
go in a rocket and go to outer space.
Oh, you want us to go to outer space? I'm not doing that. Definitely not.
Hey, you could go to Red Bull and tell them you jump from the stratosphere or
Why
some
would
shit.
I even do that?
So
I
you
wouldn't
could-
even jump off my roof.
So you could prove that the Earth is round and tell everybody you've seen it.
I don't need to do that. I don't need. I believe the Earth is round already.
Y'all need him. Y'all need him to go up and do a IG live, man.
Know what I mean? Like,
And then the haters gonna still be like, "Oh, you in the studio?"
That's fake. Yeah, when I in
that's
when I
what
in the
y'all
balloon-
doing right now, though.
No,
To the
see,
telescopes
no.
and
Okay,
shit.
no,
But we
no,
are
no, no, no.
actually on the base they built on Mars. The room just make it look like we outside somewhere. Who's to prove that we ain't on Mars right now?
Me, because we not on Mars.
Nah, because
But if we were on Mars, I would say we are on Mars.
But
And
guess what?
nobody could tell me different
I
because
put
we are on
something, I
Mars.
put something in your corona that makes you a realist. Who's to prove that I'm not that ain't true?
Nah, see what it is. We are on Mars because we got teleportation. When you walk through that door, we just teleport right to the
Exactly.
studio on Mars.
Exactly.
You know what?
And apparently too, Mars was the first Earth.
And we wasn't even.
Damn, do you ain't watch that one then?
I
Watch
blame the
that one,
Romans.
dog. Watch that. Watch that one then.
I
Watch
blame
that
the
one.
Romans, dog.
They fuck it up on Mars and they send everybody
They
up.
start naming all these fucking planets.
You won't get it. It was Mars first, right? And there's like the planet dying, so they sent Adam and Eve in the rocket. The rocket crashed, killed the dinosaurs. Adam and Eve come out that bitch, and then that's how this happened. Big theory. Big fucking theory.
But that's
Oh, wow.
exactly that, a theory.
Yeah.
That will never be proven.
Did you mean the same shit with your fucking telescopes and 45 billion light year stars that's away from us?
Nah, they.
Because people
Nah.
study the stars. You know
Nah.
what they could do? They could have taken their
Oh,
time
we
and
go-
study
we go-
some other shit.
They've been studying the stars. The Romans been studying the
Listen.
stars.
Listen,
That's who named it
Th-
fucking Mars.
this is my final thought on that. This is my final thought on that. Right? We can't prove that they seeing the same thing over and over. We can theorize that, and it may look the same. It may, stars in close proximity because of the stars they're looking at and all of that type of stuff, right? That star is sitting where the star they was looking at yesterday is, or was, right? They could be looking at another star that came right in front of it to eclipse it. See what I'm saying? Just a
Starting
little,
to see what you're saying.
just a little theory out there, right?
That second one.
What?
Whirl a bear, nigga.
30% off bottles at Royal Bell.
To go.
to go. So hey,
That's
quarantine people,
That's some fire shit right there, boy.
30% off.
I never even get a notification from them in my life.
I go see if they got my rum. Yeah. So my daughters is again as if you hear them talk about distances and stuff like that. Hey, it's a theoretical distance. Like they don't say it's the distance. It's a theoretical different distance because they can't really prove it. That is what they theorize it to be, right? So, as I say, I am not saying that, hey, the star that they're looking at or the theories they have about it is true. I'm not saying it isn't true. I'm saying I have my skepticism about it. That's what I gotta say.
I get
on that topic.
skepticism about the science shit too, bro. Remember, bro, these the same niggas that telling you we come from monkeys. And on top of that, all of this was created from an explosion that was not created by nothing.
Some of them.
And both of them still ain't proven.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Some scientists.
Okay.
Yeah, some scientists. Yeah.
So what's that shoddy shot of the week, nigga?
That was a shot? That wasn't a shot?
No, that ain't a
wasn't
shot. This is a shot, bro. So, I know we all heard the saying, you do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's the
Insanity.
definition of insanity, right?
Yeah.
Now, with that, this in reference to people. You can't control a person. You can't control what they can do. You can't control how they're gonna react. But you can control what you do. You can control what you say. You can control how you act. And the thing is if you want to see a difference in people, just change your attitude towards them. Don't be doing the same thing over and over. Eventually, one or two things can happen. Either they can stop fucking with you, or they can correct how they are towards you, because you ain't doing the same thing over and over. You're doing something different, so you should get a different result.
Interesting. Or if you really want to see what a nigga up to, just get a dope ass telescope. Anyways, if y'all fucking with that, that's cool. If y'all ain't, that also cool. Because at the end of the day, your opinion don't count. We out here.
Yes, sir.